Hey guys, what's up? It's Danielle. So welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be going through my revamped Filofax Holborn wallet setup. Now, if you've been with me since last year, I did this in a pocket-sized Holborn. I loved it, but I didn't feel very comfortable in it for a couple of reasons. Oddly enough, the biggest one was because I just didn't have enough cash on hand to do the cash envelope system. So I know that sounds weird, but it's just one of those things. So I've revamped it by using a personal size Holborn instead of a pocket size. Now I still got it in this deep brown color. It probably comes off more black on camera, but it is a deep brown and I love it. It's so nice. Literally, this is a carbon copy of what I had before. It's just larger. And I can't recommend the Holborn enough just because of the leather. Also, the quality is really great because if you look on some of the other Filofaxes, the stitching is weird and the pockets aren't properly finished. So anyways, let's get into it. So this is what it looks like when you first open it. And I normally have more cards than just this, but because obviously I'm filming this, I had to take a couple out. They also say the name of my company, but for cards, this is what I normally carry. So I have a credit card that I pretty much only use for gas. And then I have an HSA card. These 3 slots are for insurance, prescription card, and dental insurance. And then I have a Sam's Club card and my license. There is a slip pocket here, which is similar to the pocket Holborn. And in here, I just have this, excuse me, which is just a piece of cardstock that I put some of these larger Post-its on. And that's just for like notes or, grocery lists, like whatever. There's also another slip pocket back here that I am not using because I'll forget what's back there. And then these are all of my envelopes. I did make them myself, and I'll get more into that in a minute. But they do not, open from the top. They open from the side. And a lot of that is just because my hands are huge and I have issues with smaller wallets. So I had to do that just for the sake of my hands. But I have groceries, Sam's Club, which I know a lot of people would probably lump those two together, but I don't. And then I have Mochi, who's my cat, household. So, stuff like toilet paper and hand soap, dish soap, whatever. Personal, which is stuff just for me, like toothpaste. OTE, which is out to eat. Fun money, so this could be like for new decor. It could be, like maybe a shirt that I had my eye on, just things of that nature. Miscellaneous, this is for the things that I always tend to forget to set money aside for. At my last job, we had a lot of birthdays that we celebrated because we were pretty, close-knit. And I always ended up having to take cash out of the ATM for that. So I wanted to make sure that I did actually set aside at least $5 a month or whatever for incidentals. You never know. And then this is my favorite, rollover. So anything that I budgeted for that does not get spent gets put in here. And then, like it says, I'll just roll it over into the next week. And the goal is always to have something in here, even if it's just $1. I do have one of these zip pockets that you can get off of Amazon. It's like a 15 pack for about $8. Really good quality too. And I just like to keep my receipts for the week in here. I've been doing that because I also track what I spend on a monthly calendar, which really helps me to see, like what was going on at that point in time. Also, how much and how often I'm spending money on gas. So, you know, just kind of things like that I find interesting. All right. Over here, sorry, I have my budget breakdown just, you know, for cash. This tends to fluctuate just because, you know, budgets are like our lives. They're dynamic and they're fluid. They're not static. So, like I said, this tends to fluctuate because some months I will not need anything as far as household items, but, you know, I might need more for Mochi, or some months I might need more for food. Like, you know, if it's Christmas and I have a family member over, but I won't need as much for personal care stuff. So you kind of get the idea. And this is just the top loading pocket from Filofax that came with the planner. In the back of that, I have some stamps that I will probably never use, but I'm going to keep them in there anyways. And then I have this Filofax like dashboard that came with it. And I just have it in here to kind of protect the pocket right here from getting like all kinds of bent and whatever. And then there's another slip pocket right here. There's also another slip pocket right there. And I don't know how well you guys can see this, but let me try this. There's actually a zipper pocket. Let's try it this way. Yeah, there's a zipper pocket right there. I can't open it right now. Well, it is open, but there you go. And that I'll use for change just as I'm like running out the store. So I don't like to keep change in there though, because I don't want it to get bulky. And then I have a mini Pilot G2 in the 0.7. And this, again, you know, just kind of goes along with the Post-its that I have just for making lists or taking notes, whatever I need at that particular time. And that is pretty much everything. I wanted to keep this simple and streamlined. I didn't want a whole lot of stuff in here. And I didn't want tons of crazy colors. I'm just not into that right now. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have. But I did want to share this with you guys because this entire process has been a pain, absolute pain, because, all right, here we go. Originally, I ordered these. These are from Etsy. They are very nice quality, but I was not even notified that they were going to be shipped because I did order them when, you know, COVID was still like raging, I guess you could say. So there's a problem with this that you guys might not be able to see offhand. So it appears that these are all, you know, going the right way, right? This one, you can see the zippers down here because it actually opens the wrong way. So you have to move it up for it to open. Whereas with the other ones, you have to move them down. And needless to say, I spent good money on these for somebody to take something that's probably from Amazon and then use a Cricut to cut this out and just put it on there and mail it to me. So I was not happy about that. And I made my sentiments known to the seller on Etsy, you know, still being respectful, obviously. But needless to say, I will never buy from their shop again. So that was the first thing that I had going on. The second thing was I bought the pack of 15 that I told you guys about from Amazon. And this is the problem that I had run into. I have, I think, 9 or 10 cash envelopes. And, you know, if you don't play your cards right, like it gets really bulky really quickly, which is why I had to resort to making my own. So you guys can probably tell that this would not work because the zippers all kind of stack up on top of each other and then it ends up getting really bulky. So with how many I had, it was about 1.5 inches tall. And I was just like, it's not going to work for me. So I had to scratch that idea as well. But you know, at least for these, I can keep cash for my categories in the meantime in there. So this is what I did. I literally took a piece of my 28-pound paper, which is like my standard. I love it. And I cut it down to size, and then I used my label maker with the gold on black label, and I just put it on the actual piece of paper. I didn't want it on the pocket itself because I didn't want it to get ruined, just in case I wanted to use it for something else later on. But this is pretty much how it looked. And I do like the idea of kind of, you know, not having my cash on display, just because I think finances are very personal, and, you know, I don't need to be showing everybody my business. But I had a few more categories for this one. Like, I think the only one that I'm missing right now is just gifts, and I don't feel the need to add that back in. But pretty much everything else is still the same. So I think what I'm going to do with these is I'm just going to put however much I'm going to spend monthly in these, and then I'll just move them over to my wallet for the week, if that makes sense. All right, now let me show you guys one last thing, because I did do this as well. I decided to try the excuse me, top loading pockets. And like I said before, my hands are huge, so this is not really an option for me. I'm sure it's not an option for a lot of other people, but it just did not work well for me. I did love the idea, but in the end, I had to forego that. So one of the other things that I like to do, since I carry cash, is I will actually put all of my change in this little Tupperware thing so that it's all nicely contained. And then, you know, probably like 7 years from now, I'll take it all to Coinstar and get like $2 back. But I do take out the quarters, and I keep them in this cute little Tokidoki coin purse. And I pretty much keep this with me in my car, just in case, you know, I have to park somewhere that, you know, you got to pay for it or whatever. So that's pretty much the purpose that this serves. And then the other thing that I do is I have this, which is actually like a pencil pouch, and it's from Staples. Got it like last year or whatever, and it's very, very large. So you have two really large pockets on either side. And this side has cash, excuse me, for the whole month. It also has extras of those Post-its, and it has, let me see on the other side. I might not be able to show you guys, but yeah, the other side has my debit card and my other credit card. I tend to keep those at home just so that I'm not tempted, and also so that I know where they are. I would be more tempted by the credit card than the debit card personally, even though I pay it off every time. But, you know, so I just like to keep all of it corralled in here. It's just a lot nicer that way. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've been meaning to share this for forever, at least in the last 2 weeks. That's what I call forever. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and it gave you some ideas. It's pretty basic, but works for me. That's all I can really ask for. Hope you guys are doing well. My county just reopened like yesterday, so that's pretty exciting. But I mean, it's not completely open yet, so I still can't go to the gym, which sucks. But it's all right. The time will come. The time will come. Anyways, I hope you guys are still doing okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will talk to you all in my next video. Bye, guys.